The patrol car pulls up the circular drive, tires crunching on imported gravel. I'm trimming the hedges near the entrance when Officer Martinez steps out, notebook in hand. Routine welfare check, probably. The Ashford estate gets them sometimes. Concerned citizens reporting that they haven't seen Mr. Ashford at the country club, haven't seen his Bentley around town. My son Eli toddles toward the officer, 3 years old and fearless, clutching his toy truck. "Hi," Eli announces. "My daddy's in the truck." The officer smiles. "Is that right, buddy?" "Uh-huh. Miss Victoria put him there." The smile falters. Officer Martinez looks at me. I feel my blood turn to ice. Because Eli doesn't mean his daddy. He means the daddy. Mr. James Ashford. Missing for 6 days now. And Victoria Ashford, the fiancée, the former nurse, the woman who controls everything in this house, is walking down the front steps with a practiced expression of concern. "Officer," she says warmly, "how can I help you?" I grab Eli's hand, my heart hammering. Because my son just told the police where to find a body. And I'm the only one who knows he's telling the truth. 7 weeks earlier, the Ashford estate rises from 12 acres of Connecticut waterfront like something from a magazine spread. White columns, manicured lawns, the kind of wealth that whispers instead of shouts. I stand at the service entrance with Eli on my hip, my single suitcase at my feet. The job posting was specific, live-in maid. Must be comfortable with pets. Children welcome. That last part sold me. Most positions don't allow kids. But James Ashford's fiancée, Victoria, had been understanding on the phone. "I know how hard it is for single mothers," she'd said. "We have plenty of space." Space. That's what we need. My last apartment had black mold and a landlord who didn't care. Eli's asthma was getting worse. I was working 3 jobs and still drowning. This position offers housing, health insurance, and a salary that might let me actually save money. The door opens. Victoria stands there, 32, blonde, beautiful in that effortless way that comes from good genes and better skincare. She's wearing yoga clothes that cost more than my monthly grocery budget. "Simone." She pulls me into a hug like we're old friends. "And this must be Eli." "Oh, he's precious." Eli hides his face in my shoulder. "He's shy," I explain. "Totally normal. Come in, come in. Let me show you around." The house is stunning. Imported marble. Crystal chandeliers. Art that probably costs more than I'll earn in a decade. But there's something off about it, like a magazine spread where no one actually lives. James is at the hospital. Victoria explains as she leads me through empty rooms. He's a surgeon. Orthopedic. Very dedicated. You'll barely see him, honestly. And you? I'm a nurse. Well, was. I met James when he came into the ER 3 years ago. Motorcycle accident. She laughs. So romantic, right? I quit to focus on wedding planning. We're getting married in 8 weeks. She shows me the staff quarters, a 2-bedroom suite with its own bathroom and kitchenette. Bigger than my last apartment. Windows that actually open. A lock on the door that actually works. "This is perfect," I breathe. "I'm so glad." Victoria touches my arm. "Listen, I want you to feel comfortable here. This is your home too. The main thing I need is help keeping the house presentable. James has colleagues over sometimes, and watching our dog, Winston. He's a sweetheart." Winston turns out to be a massive German shepherd who immediately glues himself to Eli. My son giggles, petting the dog's head. "See?" Victoria beams. Everyone's happy. I should be relieved. I should be grateful. But something in Victoria's smile doesn't reach her eyes. The first week, I learned the routine. I clean the public rooms, living room, dining room, James's study. I do laundry. I prepare simple meals when Victoria requests them. She's particular about things, towels folded a specific way, cleaning products that are chemical-free, dinner plated restaurant style. But she's never mean about it. Always thanks me. Always asks about Eli. James the first barely see. He leaves before dawn, returns after dark. When we do cross paths, he's polite but distant. 53, silver-haired, distinguished. He looks tired, older than his photographs. "How's the position working out?" he asks one morning, pouring coffee in the kitchen. "Very well, sir." "Thank you." "Good. Victoria speaks highly of you." He pauses. "If you need anything, let me know. I want you and your son to be comfortable here." There's something in his voice. Something that sounds like loneliness. "Thank you, Mr. Ashford." He leaves before I can say more. That night, I hear them arguing. Their bedroom is above my quarters, and the sound carries through the vents. controlling every aspect. James's voice, frustrated. Only trying to help. Victoria, wounded. My own house. Our house, James. Or will be in 6 weeks. Silence. Then a door slams. I hold Eli closer as he sleeps, thinking about my ex-husband. About arguments that started soft and ended with broken dishes. With bruises I explained away. With fear that became so normal I forgot what safe felt like. That's why I left. Why I'm raising Eli alone. Why I take jobs where I can lock my door at night. I tell myself the Ashford's argument is normal. Just wedding stress. Nothing to worry about. But I start noticing things. Victoria controls everything. She manages James's schedule, answers his phone, sorts his mail before he sees it. I watch her intercept calls, hear her say James is unavailable when I know he's home. She's particular about his meals, prepares them herself, always with supplements. For his heart, she explains. He has a condition. He looks healthy to me. But what do I know? On week 3, James's daughter visits. Caroline, 26, sharp-eyed, wary. She corners me in the kitchen while Victoria is on a phone call. How long have you worked here? 3 weeks. Has my father seemed okay to you? I pause, choosing words carefully. I don't see him much. Does Asachi keep you away from him? Miss Caroline, she's isolating him. Caroline's voice drops. His friends say they can't reach him. I've been calling for weeks. She says he's always busy. I drove here unannounced because it's the only way I could see him. Maybe wedding planning. My father didn't want to remarry. He told me 6 months ago. Said he was happy alone. Then suddenly Victoria's moving in, planning this huge wedding, and he's going along with everything like a zombie. Before I can respond, Victoria appears. Caroline, I didn't realize you were harassing the staff. I'm talking to her. About what exactly? Victoria's smile is sharp. Are you accusing me of something? The tension crackles. James enters, looking confused. What's going on? Your daughter is making wild accusations, Victoria says. Again. I'm worried about you, Dad. I'm fine, sweetheart. But his voice sounds hollow. Rehearsed. Caroline leaves 20 minutes later. Before she goes, she presses a business card into my hand. If anything happens, she whispers. Anything at all, call me. I tuck it into my pocket, feeling the weight of something unspoken. That night, Eli wakes up crying. Nightmare. I hold him, rocking, singing softly. When I finally get him back to sleep, I hear voices above. Victoria's voice, low and intense. She's poisoning you against me. She's my daughter. She wants her money. Can't you see that? Victoria, I'm the one who loves you. I'm the one who takes care of you. Without me, you'd fall apart. Silence. Then James, barely audible. I know. It sounds like surrender. Week 5, James stops coming down for breakfast. He's not feeling well, Victoria explains, carrying a tray upstairs. Just needs rest. But when I change the linens in the master suite, I see pilled bottles on his nightstand. Lots of them. More than before. I photograph the labels quietly. Look them up later on my phone. Sedatives. Anti-anxiety medications. Sleep aids. All prescribed by different doctors. All filled at different pharmacies. All perfectly legal if you don't know the pattern. But I've seen this pattern before. My mother, before she died. A boyfriend who kept her medicated, compliant, calm. Who controlled her pills, her doctors, her reality. Who made her so confused she signed over her house to him before she passed. I think about Caroline's card in my pocket. I think about minding my own business. I think about Eli, safe and housed and fed because of this job. But I can't stop watching. Victoria catches me outside James's study one afternoon. Looking for something? Just checking if the room needs cleaning. It doesn't. Her smile is pleasant. Her eyes are not. James is very private about his workspace. Let's respect that, shall we? Of course. Good. She touches my shoulder, a little too firmly. You're doing wonderful work, Simone. I'd hate for anything to jeopardize this arrangement. You and Eli are so comfortable here. The thread is delicate, unmistakable. I nod and retreat to the kitchen, pulse racing. That night, I tried James's study door. Locked. But the window is open a crack for air circulation. I'm not proud of what I do next. I wait until Victoria drives to her Pilates class. I boost myself through the window, quiet as possible, while Eli naps with Winston watching over him. James's study is meticulous, organized, everything labeled and filed, except one drawer. Unlocked. Messy. Inside, documents. A will, dated 4 months ago, leaving everything to Victoria. Insurance policies with Victoria as beneficiary. A prenuptial agreement heavily weighted in her favor. And underneath, older documents. A different will, dated 2 years ago, leaving everything to Caroline and various charities. James's handwriting on a sticky note, partially torn. Need to discuss with lawyer. This doesn't. That's where it ends. Like someone interrupted him mid-thought. I photograph everything with shaking hands. Underneath the papers, I find something else. A small journal. James's handwriting, erratic and scared. Can't think clearly. Victoria says it's stress. But I feel wrong. Dizzy. Confused. Can't remember conversations. She says I agreed to things I don't remember agreeing to. Doctor says I'm fine, but I don't feel fine. Caroline tried to warn me, but I got so angry. Why did I get so angry? That wasn't me. Nothing feels like me anymore. The entry is dated 3 weeks ago. Nothing since. My hands are shaking so hard, I almost dropped the journal. This isn't wedding stress. This isn't a controlling fiancé. This is something else entirely. I hear the garage door. Victoria, home early. I shove everything back, climb out the window, circle around to enter through the kitchen like I've been there all along. Victoria appears, suspicious. Where's Eli? Napping. And you? Folding laundry. She studies me for a long moment, then smiles. Of course. Sorry. I'm paranoid lately. Wedding jitters. But she doesn't look jittery. She looks calculating. That night, I lie awake listening to the house settle, thinking about my options. I could call Caroline. But what would I say? Your father keeps a journal suggesting he's being drugged? Based on what, my intuition? I could call the police. Report suspected elder abuse. But Victoria's a nurse. She'd have explanations for everything. And I'm just the maid. Or I could pack Eli up and leave. Find another job. Another place. Pretend I never saw anything. The safe choice. The smart choice. The choice I made when I saw my mother declining and told myself her boyfriend knew best because he was a professional and I was just the daughter. The choice that let her die. Confused and alone, signing papers she didn't understand. I can't make that choice again. Week 6. James doesn't come downstairs at all. Doctor's orders, Victoria says. He needs complete rest. The stress has affected his heart. Can I bring him anything? I've got it covered. You focus on the house. She's cheerful about it. Brings him meals on trays. Administers his medications personally. Keeps his door closed. I catch glimpses of him through the crack when she enters. He looks worse. Thinner. Grayer. His eyes unfocused. How is he? I asked once. Resting comfortably. The doctor says this is normal. He'll be better soon. But he doesn't get better. On day 43, Caroline calls the house line. Victoria takes it in another room, but I hear her voice rise. He's resting. No, you can't visit. Caroline, you're stressing him. I'll tell him you called. That's completely inappropriate. If you show up here again, I'll call the police. She slams the phone down. When she emerges, her face is composed. Pleasant. Wedding drama, she tells me. You know how families can be. I nod. Say nothing. But that night, I text Caroline's number. This is Simone, the maid. Something is very wrong. She calls immediately. I step outside with Eli, pretending to let him play in the garden. What's happening? Caroline demands. I tell her everything. The medications. The journal. The isolation. Her father's decline. I knew it, Caroline breathes. I knew she was. We have to call the police. And say what? I broke into his study. I have no medical training. She's his fiancée and a healthcare professional. Who are they going to believe? Then what do we do? I think about this. About evidence. About proof that can't be dismissed. Can you get his medical records? From before he met Victoria? Maybe. What? Because if she's sedating him now, there should be baseline comparisons. Show he wasn't on these medications before. That his prescriptions changed after she moved in. That could take weeks. Then we need something faster. Like what? I watch the house. Watch Victoria's silhouette pass by the upstairs window. I need to see him. Talk to him. Record him if he's lucid enough to explain what's happening. She won't let you near him. I know. But the next morning, opportunity arrives. Victoria has a dress fitting. Can't reschedule. The wedding is in 2 weeks. She's gone for 3 hours minimum. I wait until her car disappears. Then I take Eli by the hand and walk upstairs. James's bedroom door is locked from the outside. My stomach drops. She's locking him in. I find the key in her nightstand, Of course she'd keep it close. My hands shake as I unlock the door. James is in bed, propped against pillows, staring at nothing. The room smells stale. Medicinal. Mr. Ashford? He turns slowly. His eyes struggle to focus. Who? Simone. The maid. I work here. Oh, yes. His voice is slurred. Vic. Sorry. Not myself. Eli peeks around my legs. Hi. James's face softens slightly. Hello, young man. Are you sick? Eli asks with the bluntness of 3-year-olds. I think so. But I don't know what's wrong. I pull out my phone. Mr. Ashford, can I ask you some questions? Record your answers. Confusion clouds his face. Why? Because I think someone is hurting you. And I need proof. For just a moment, clarity breaks through the fog in his eyes. Victoria, he whispers. I tried to break it off. Weeks ago. Said I'd made a mistake. She was upset. Then I got sick. Can't think. Can't remember. She says I'm confused. That I love her. That we're getting married. Do you want to marry her? No. The word is clear. Certain. No. I wanted her to leave. But then I got so sick. And she's taking care of me. I need her. Don't I? You don't need her, Mr. Ashford. You need a doctor. A real one. Not her. Tears slide down his face. Help me. I'm recording everything. His face. His words. His fear. Then we hear the garage door. Victoria. Home early. I grab Eli and run. Down the stairs, into our quarters, door locked. Heart hammering. Phone clutched in my hand with the recording saved. I hear Victoria go upstairs. Hear her voice, sharp. James? Were you talking to someone? His response is too muffled to make out. Her footsteps on the stairs. Coming down. Coming toward my door. A knock. Simone? Are you there? I don't answer. Eli senses my fear and stays quiet, pressed against me. Simone, I know you're in there. We need to talk. I text Caroline. Get police here now. Tell them suspected elder abuse. I have evidence. Victoria's voice turns cold. I'm going to give you one chance to open this door and explain why my fiancé is agitated. Why he's talking nonsense about wanting to leave me. Silence. You broke into his room. You upset him. After everything I've done for you and your son. I hold Eli tighter. Fine. The doorknob rattles. Testing. You have until tomorrow morning to pack your things and leave. No severance. No reference. And if you say one word about this family to anyone, I'll make sure you never work again. Her footsteps retreat. I wait 20 minutes. Then I hear her car leave again. Another errand, maybe, or just needing to be away from a scene. I pack essentials quickly. Grab the documents I photographed. The recording. Caroline's number. We're leaving. Right now. But Eli tugs my hand. Mama, Winston is sad. The dog is whining upstairs. I hear scratching at James's door. Baby, we have to go. But the daddy's alone. Miss Victoria locks him in the truck. I freeze. What? Like my cars. She puts them in the trunk so I can't play. She puts the daddy in his room so he can't play. It's a child's logic. Trunk. Locked room. Same thing to a 3-year-old. But the phrase sticks in my head as we slip out the service entrance, as I buckle Eli into my beat-up Honda, as I drive away from the estate with my hands shaking. I meet Caroline at a diner 30 minutes away. Show her everything. This is enough, she says, watching the recording. This is absolutely enough. I'm calling the police. She does. They say they'll send someone to do a welfare check. When Caroline demands, we'll have a car there this afternoon. That might be too late. But it's all we can do. Wait. Hope. Pray that James holds on long enough. 6 hours later, I get the call from Officer Martinez. They went to the house. Victoria was calm, cooperative. Said James was sleeping and she didn't want to disturb him. Showed them medical documentation, his prescriptions, doctor's notes about anxiety and stress-related illness. She's a nurse, Officer Martinez explains. Everything seemed legitimate. Her fiancé is under medical care. There's no sign of abuse. Did you talk to him? I demand. He was asleep. We're not going to wake up a sick man based on speculation from household staff. It's not speculation. I have recordings of a sick man who's confused, who might have dementia, who might be saying things he doesn't mean. Please, check his medical history. Compare it to what he's on now. Ma'am, we've done our due diligence. If his daughter wants to pursue this further, she can file for guardianship. But right now, there's no evidence of a crime. They closed the case. I sit in that diner feeling like I did when Maya's doctors dismissed me. When they said I was overreacting. When they sent her home to die because I wasn't credible enough to question their judgment. Caroline is crying. What do we do now? We go back. I say. They won't let you on the property. I don't care. Because I've already lost one person by staying quiet. By trusting authority. By assuming someone else would do the right thing. Not again. We arrive at the estate at 9 p.m. Victoria's car is there. All the lights are on. I walk up to the front door with Caroline beside me and Eli in my arms. Victoria opens it. Her face a mask of pleasant surprise that doesn't hide the fury underneath. You're trespassing, she says. We want to see James, Caroline says. He's resting. Then we'll. Wait. I'll call the police. Please do, I say. Because I have some questions about the medications you've been giving him. About the doctors you've been taking him to. About why his will change so conveniently after he got sick. Victoria's smile vanishes. You have no idea what you're talking about. Then let him tell us that himself. We stare at each other. She's calculating. Deciding if she can get away with slamming the door. With calling the cops on us. With whatever plan she had. That's when we hear it. Winston barking. Frantic. Then a crash from upstairs. Victoria's face goes white. Caroline pushes past her, running for the stairs. I follow with Eli. James is on the floor of his bedroom, having knocked over a nightstand trying to reach his phone. His face is gray. His breathing labored. Called. 911, he gasps. She gave me something. Different. Stronger. I think she's trying. He doesn't finish. His eyes roll back. Caroline is on him, checking his pulse, screaming for someone to call an ambulance. Victoria stands in the doorway, frozen. What did you give him? Questions from people like me. People who are supposed to stay invisible, stay quiet, stay in our place. Those questions change everything. Eli is 7 now. We live in our small house with a garden. I work regular hours. I sleep without listening for danger. Sometimes people ask how I knew. About Victoria. About what she was doing. I tell them the truth. I didn't know for certain. But I'd seen the pattern before. And I decided that uncertainty wasn't a reason to stay silent. What if you'd been wrong, they ask. Then I'd have been wrong. But asking the question, that's never wrong. I teach Eli this. I teach him that his voice matters. That noticing things isn't the same as causing trouble. That speaking up for people who can't speak for themselves is the most important thing we can do. He doesn't remember much about the Ashford estate, but he remembers Winston the doc, and he remembers that his mama helped someone. That's enough. On the anniversary of Victoria's conviction, I visit James at his new, smaller house. How are you? I ask. Better. Therapy helps. Understanding what happened helps. He pours tea with steady hands. I'm dating again. Someone my own age. Who knew me before. I'm glad. I'm cautious now. Maybe too cautious. But alive. He smiles. Thanks to you. Thanks to your daughter. To the paramedics. To everyone who listened when it mattered. Thanks to you for making them listen. We sit in comfortable silence. Two people who survive different things but understand the same truth. That evil often looks respectable, and salvation often comes from unexpected places. If this story touched you, if you've ever felt invisible, ever questioned what you were seeing, ever wondered if your voice matters when you're not the expert in the room, I want you to tell you something. Your observations count. Your suspicions deserve investigation. Your questions can save lives. The world needs people who notice things, who speak up even when it's uncomfortable, who refuse to stay quiet just because someone with credentials or authority says everything is fine. Be that person. Be the one who asks, "Are you sure?" when everyone else nods along. Be the one who believes your instincts over someone else's reassurances. Be the one who remembers that titles don't equal truth, and sometimes the person scrubbing floor sees what the person in the corner office misses. God doesn't always send rescue in the form we expect. Sometimes he sends a single mother with a toddler who says the wrong thing at the right time. Sometimes he sends a maid who decides that truth matters more than her paycheck. Sometimes he sends you. And when he does, I hope you're brave enough to answer. Because the Victorias of the world count on your silence. On your assumption that they know better. On your fear of being wrong or rude or out of line. They count on you staying in your place. So the first step is deciding that saving a life matters more than keeping your place. That's not heroism. That's just refusing to look away. And it changes everything. I keep my mother's picture on my mantle now. She smiles at me while I make Eli breakfast, while I help him with homework, while I live the life she didn't get to finish. She reminds me why I do this work, why I pay attention, why I speak up, not because I saved James, but because I couldn't save her. And in the space between those two truths, I found my purpose: to notice what others miss, to question what others accept, and to believe that the smallest voice in the room might be telling the biggest truth. That decision saved a life, and it gave me mine back.